All right, welcome to this video. We are going to be installing Windows 10. Welcome back to Trimble Tech, where my name is Ian Trimble and I do tech tutorials, cyber news, and lots of other fun stuff in between. In today's video, we are going to be installing Windows 11 inside of Virtualbox. Let's go ahead and get going. So I'm going to go ahead and choose new. I am running Virtualbox 7.0.4, and today I'm going to be installing Windows 11, and I've already got the ISO downloaded. You see right here I've got Windows 11 22H2, and I'm going to choose the Pro license. I just tend to always do the Pro. The nice thing is that there is the uninstall feature as well if you want to take advantage of that, right? Which is one of the niceties of Windows 10. If you do that, it's going to go ahead and give you a name and a password, and you are good to go. You could also put in your products key, among other things. But we are going to do the manual setup here, so I am not going to do the unintended install. And for my RAM, I'm going to put it at 8 megs. I'm going to give it, let me go 4 CPUs. For my hard disk, I'm going to keep it at 80 gigs. And I am, yep, that looks good. Let me see, what am I missing here? Wonder if I have a guest editions. I do not have a guest editions ISO here. We'll do that one later. Let's see. What in the world is this? I want guided mode. There we go. That's the problem. I was in advanced mode. All right. Here we go. So Windows 11 Pro ISO image 111. I'm going to choose the Pro model here, and I'm going to skip. There we go. Skip unintended installation. I'm going to keep the RAM. I said 8 gigs for this VM. Processors, let's give it 4 cores. Next, hard drive, I'm going to keep the default at 80 gigs. This is just a lab machine for lots of the other practice that we do throughout these series. So I'm going to say 80 gigs. If you wanted to go ahead and allocate this, you can do that now. One of the benefits of the allocation is that you will get faster, read and write on that hard drive. But we're not going to do that today because this is throwaway. Let's go ahead and click on next, and I'm going to click on finish. All right, now before I start, there's a couple more things that I'm going to configure here. One thing is that I do want drag and drop to be enabled. I do want bidirectional to be enabled. And this could be, Windows 11 test lab for training purposes. If I want to encrypt the disk, I could do that as well. I'm not doing that right now. I can do that later in a different video. Let's go ahead and click on System. All right, you can keep these as a default here. For the processor, we've already done that one. In case you wanted to take advantage of any of the extra features, you could do that with this PAE and NX option. Or if you wanted to do a nested virtual machine where you're able to, do nested virtualization, you can do that in this screen as well. And I'm going to keep that the same. Keep your video RAM at 128 megabytes. If you wanted to use this for 3D settings, maybe a lightweight 3D game, you could turn this on. I'm not going to be doing that. If you wanted to have more monitors, you could do that as well. That way you could span across both of your monitors when you're doing your labs. I'm going to keep mine at 1. For my scale factor, I'm going to keep mine, let's do a 200% here. That way it'll be nice and big for this tutorial. Alright, storage is good. Let's see, audio. I am going to use audio on this one. I'm not doing any type of audio input. For my network, you can do bridged if you would like, right? And that's going to connect to your hardware device. This is my Wi-Fi card, but I'm going to go ahead and do a NAT network for me. But if by default, if you want bridged adapter or NAT, that should suffice, and you will have internet connectivity. For USB, I'm going to keep it at USB 3.0 for shared folders. I always like to map this to my downloads location, and I make it auto mount, and I say OK, and then OK, and then I am good to proceed. So let's go ahead and start. All right, the machine is powering up. Let's see. All right, it put it on my main screen. Nope, my other screen. That's what I thought. So I'm going to have to restart really quick because I was not fast enough. But I'm going to press any key, and as you see, the screen is all kind of wonky right now. I think that's because we did set up our text to be 200% again, so it'll be nice and legible on this screen capture. All right, I can skip this. If you do have a product key, you can do that here, but I'll be able to proceed without it. And I'm going to choose Windows 10 Pro, or Windows 11 Pro. I'm so used to saying Windows 10, Windows 11 Pro, and read the EULA, right? Most people don't, but yeah, go read it. If you agree, then accept. All right. For this option, I'm going to choose install Windows. There's my 80 gig hard drive. I'm going to click on next. And this should be a pretty quick process here. Now, one thing to note is when Windows 11 first came out, I was not a fan. I thought it was an abomination, but the keen-eyed viewer can see that I actually am running Windows 11 on this computer that I'm doing this video from. I've gotten used to it. It's gotten better. I think it's been out in the market for about 2 years. I just wanted to give it some breathing room and some time to mature and get past some of the growing pains. I'm never really an early adopter on new operating systems. They tend to be buggy. There's always something that doesn't work. So I always like to have other people be my beta testers, kick the tires before I commit. So as you see, Windows 11, yeah, it's decent. It's good. It's modern. It's got snapping. It's got lots of other nice features. And Microsoft basically is putting all of their new development efforts into Windows 11. So might as well take advantage of that. All right, looks like we are about to restart. I'm going to click on Restart Now. All right. I must say I am impressed with Virtualbox 7.0.4. In a future video, I'm probably going to walk you through how to get your cloud machines in Oracle's cloud. It's one thing I would like to do is just have one dedicated cloud environment. I'll do Oracle this time. I think there's some interest in there so that I can have all of my VMs all in one place. And I'll also look at the pricing model, see if Oracle is cheaper than Amazon or is cheaper than Microsoft. There's my cat in the background. You might be able to make her out there. Yeah, so that's Ariel. She loves to be a guest star. She loves the cameos on these videos, so she might be running in and out. All right, let's scroll down and see how we're doing here. Looks like we're getting ready. And of course, it looks like this because I think my scale is at like 200%. I can drop it back down to 100% right here, and that is how it looks. A little bit less pixely. And then one thing we'll do as well is once I get it up and running and installed, I will go ahead and also install the guest editions just for quality of life improvements. Everyone likes being able to drag and drop, being able to copy and paste from your host machine to your guest machine and vice versa, and also being able to rescale the graphics so that as your window resizes, your graphics resize as well. Again, just one of those nice quality of life features that make your life much easier day to day as you use these machines. All right, we are now at the main setup screen. I am in the United States. I'm going to go ahead and say yes, and I do have a US keyboard. I don't know why Microsoft adds this. They've been doing it for a long time. I think most people probably have a one keyboard layout, and just like me, so I'm skipping that and continuing. It's checking for updates, which is nice. Maybe there are some security features that have been pushed out since I downloaded this. This is a pretty fresh ISO. I downloaded it last night, so I do wonder if there are any updates that have been pushed out since I got this. All right, let's go ahead and give this device a name. Let's call this let's call it Win 11 Virtualbox. I think that I've got too many characters here. Let's call this one VBox, Windows 11 Virtualbox. All right. Gotta do a lot of rebooting here. And of course, Microsoft's going to make me sign in with my Microsoft account. Let's see if this is that step. All right, here we go. Yeah, so set up for personal use or set up for work or school, right? They make it hard to use a local account, but I think you can do that if you disconnect from the internet, and then you'll have the option to make a local account, but then they push the Microsoft account very strongly on you. But I'm going to say personal use. I'm going to say next. And it says, yep, here's the pitch from Microsoft. This is all the stuff you get. Make your setup fast and easy. You get your 365 productivity apps. You can manage your PC and Xbox, and you get Bing points. I'd say, I actually took advantage of using Bing as one of my main search engines last year. By the end of the year, I was able to get $50 gift card for just using Bing as my search engine. I got a $50 Xbox gift card, which is not too shabby, right? All right, let's go ahead and sign in. And I'm going to go ahead and pause and resume when I am done. And as you see, as soon as I get back going, it's saying, hey, would you like to restore from your computer that you last used? And this is pretty cool because basically I am using a Windows to Go on a SanDisk NVMe drive. It looks like, yeah, I'm looking for it here. Yeah, it looks like one of these little things here, right? And this is an NVMe, and it's perfectly fast, right? It can run off a USB-C or USB-A. And I was going to say, like, I am recommending these things all the time. I think they come in 1 terabyte, 2 terabyte sizes, but it makes for a nice portable system. That way, as I do testing and other things, I get the speed, I get all my applications, and I'm portable, which is really nice. All right, so I'm going to say, do I want to restore, or do I want to set up something as new? I'm going to say set up as a new machine here. But as you see, I got a lot of computers here. Let's go ahead and click on next. All right, and then it's going to ask you to create a pin, which is super nice, super quick. All right, pin is in. And here's the privacy settings. One thing I used to use a lot was decrapify my PC, and it was all turning off all of the telemetry features that Windows had out of the gate. This thing is super chatty. It says everything you're doing and then sends it back to the mothership. I'm going to just keep it on for now for this little test machine here. And this right here, I don't really get what this is about. I've done different features, right? I've never really seen any type of change, right? I'm just going to choose, creativity, school, business, I guess. I don't really do anything. No, it's definitely not going to be for gaming. But I think it's supposed to, I don't know, maybe change some icons, give you some other type of stuff here. If you had an Android phone and you wanted to get your text messages, you could turn that on. I'm not doing that today. I'm going to skip this one. What would be cool is if they brought back the Windows Phone. I like that little operating system. It was different. What would be even better would be if I could actually use iMessages in Windows. That'd be a game changer. All right, this is our default screen. We're all used to this one, getting things ready for you. This might take a couple of minutes. All right, I'm going to pause it and then come back when the screen is good to go. All right. And voila, we are here. So the whole thing took about, 15 minutes, not too shabby here. As you see, the screen is tiny. Let's go ahead and fix that. Let's go to devices and do the guest editions, song and dance, right? So I just went to devices, insert guest edition CD image. Normally I would get a little pop-up here. Let's see if it actually put the disc in. There it is. I didn't get my pop-up, but that's okay. What I want to do is I want to install VBox Windows Editions. Say yes, next, next, next. Again, once this is done, we're going to have a nice full screen view, not this little mail insert view here. Let's go ahead and reboot. And then I'll walk you through changing some of these scaling here. And then you'll probably be able to see me sign on with my PIN as well, which is really nice. There's me. Look at all that hair I got. That's pretty impressive, right? Let me sign in. And let's see, we can do a quick spot check in our task manager. And I believe we should be able to see our guest editions. If not, I can do it a couple other ways, but let me click on my hidden icons here. So there's the guest editions. They have been installed. You see there 7.04, but again, this text is crazy small. So let's go ahead and change the resolution here. I'm going to right click here and do display settings, and look at that. Let's make this a lot bigger. I'm going to try from the view screen here, and let's do virtual screen. We can do let's see, auto resize guest display. And I believe if I click here, it should change. Let's try virtual screen, adjust window size, and then let me try full screen. No, it did not change it for me. Let's see why. Look at that. I only got a couple resolutions here. That is not what I want to see. I want my HD. Let me try this. Let's do the scaling is good. Let's do 1920 by 1080 and see if anything changed there. Well, nothing changed there either. In fact, it looks like my machine is going slow here. So let's see. It's not boding well for you, Windows 11. All right. All right. Let's Let me pause it and see if I can't figure out what is going on with this thing. So it turns out that I wasn't patient, which is a common theme. But look, if I press the full screen now, you guys see I got a nice looking picture here. It did expand to my entire screen, which is what I wanted. And now if I right click and I go to display settings, you can see that my resolution is now at 34 by 1218, and I'm gonna change the scale right to make things a little bit easier on the eye here, and for this. And as you see, right, we've got a nice looking thing here. All those shortcuts, that's just my OneDrive syncing. OneDrive is all over the place, but yours probably will not look like that. What I can do though, if I don't want that, I can just go yo settings here. Let me see, which one is it? Let's see, one of these is the desktop thing here. I think if I go to folders, and I believe once this does open up, might take a second here, that I will be able to deselect the desktop, or I can always choose unlink this PC. But as you see, this is what we want to see with the guest editions. We get that nice big screen set up here. And then what I did to get my desktop back to sanity was I unlinked this virtual machine from my OneDrive, and then all those other shortcuts were clean. But as you see, Windows 11 is working now, and I hope you like this, and I'll see you in the next one. As always, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe if you want to see more content just like this. All right, I'll see you in the next one. Peace.